Hi everybody!
In a previous video, I covered why Persona 3 Remake doesn't make much sense. I still feel that way to some extent. However, despite feeling like the remake makes very little sense, I am excited for it anyways. Game director Takuya Yamaguchi told Famitsu that Persona 3 Reload will not feature broken social links. It also will still feature reverse states. Both decisions have proved controversial among Persona fans. In this video, I'll cover why Atlus made the right decision to remove broken social links from the remake and why making it harder to trigger reverse states is the right decision. But before we get into the video, where do you stand on this topic? Let me know in the comments. Part of why this decision is a good thing is because it no longer locks players out of content. That was a problem with the earlier Persona titles when they were more hardcore RPGs with a focus on punishing players for not interacting with certain characters. A lot of SMT and Persona veterans think not including broken social links makes the game more casual and they aren't happy about it. Conversely, a lot of gamers didn't like this feature as the games are long and the inclusion of broken social links could absolutely derail a playthrough. I have to say, I'm in agreement with the more casual gamers on this one. The mechanic hasn't been found in future Persona games. This simplification meant it appeals to a wider audience, which is a good thing. Sometimes simplifying a game makes it better as it allows the players to do more. That's exactly what they've done in future Persona titles. By simplifying the game, players can focus more on the primary story objective and then worry about the social sim component of Persona later on when they're under less of a deadline. I don't know about you guys, but I hate when games put me under heavy time constraints, which is why I can handle the modern Persona games as they're just forgiving enough that I can play at my own pace. Also, not being locked out of content is generally a good thing, though I feel like Atlus should have included a toggle option to allow gamers the choice to play Persona 3 Reload with or without the break mechanic. Also, Atlus including the reverse mechanic is a good thing as it does still hold true to what the original Persona 3 was like. Atlus have also tweaked this aspect of the game as it'll be far harder to trigger, which I like as it's still there and you have to really bungle things to trigger it. Also, since it can still be corrected, it's a good thing as well. It'll make Persona 3 Reload just a little bit harder than Persona 5 and its definitive version in Persona 5 Royal, and it'll pay homage to the roots of the franchise. This is something I definitely like. There's always going to be a desire by hardcore audiences for more niche RPGs that are akin to the earlier Persona titles. The more casual crowd are always looking for really good games to play. Persona 3 Reload, by straddling the line between its more hardcore roots and its more stripped-back sequels, is ultimately the best choice Atlus could have made. While it does hold true that if you try to satisfy everyone, you ultimately satisfy no one, Atlus haven't exactly done that with this game. What they've done is found a good middle ground. Also, if some of the less hardcore audience enjoys some of the more hardcore mechanics, they can introduce those mechanics into new intellectual properties. By using those IPs to focus on a more hardcore crowd, you've effectively catered to both camps perfectly. Also, there's always the chance that a middle ground game will get some more of the casual crowd to check out other hardcore games. Maybe Metaphor ReFantasio will be a title where Atlus revisits some of Persona's more hardcore roots as it's a brand new IP. Either way, what Atlus is doing is very smart. Utilize your broad audience IP in Persona to slowly draw your peripheral audience into your core audience and cater to your core audience with more hardcore games like SMT. I'm actually super excited for Persona 3 Reload. The game is slated to come out on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series consoles in early 2024. Sorry Switch fans, but what do you think about the fact Atlus removed a feature its more hardcore audience loves, but its more casual audience hates? Where do you stand on the divide? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Want more of my Persona 3 Reload content? Check out why I feel the game makes very little sense. If that doesn't tickle your fancy, check out the video YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. Until next time, keep blazing that trail.